Hey folks, Jim Thomas here, Fitness Management and Consulting, and welcome to our channel today. I appreciate you all being here. And if you're new to the channel, if you're finding us that very first time, welcome. It's good to have you. And our topic for you today, it's asking for help, getting past the obstacles. Asking for help, getting past the obstacles. Now, before we get into our topic here today, just a quick reminder, my focus, my mission here in the channel is I want to be able to provide as much information as I can to as many people as I can, across the globe. And the best way I can do that is when you choose to subscribe to the channel. So if you've not yet done so, please take a moment, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate it. And then to learn more about me, learn more about my company and how we can help take your business that next level, be sure to check out those links below. And then for you folks who are looking to open a new gym, you need funding. You have an existing facility, you need funding. Maybe you're looking to acquire a facility and you need funding. We can help provide funding for up to $400,000. It's unsecured. There's no restrictions on use. The basic requirements to qualify are a 680 or better credit score in all three credit bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, and then a minimum income of $50,000 per year each of the two previous years. Check out the links below under financing and funding for more information on that program, as well as additional opportunities on how we can help provide funding, for your business. And so with that said, let's get into our topic here today, and it's asking for help, getting past the obstacles. And so whether you're a struggling gym owner, you're a struggling manager, you're a struggling salesperson, asking for help. And I was interviewed by a magazine a while back, and one of the questions that they asked me, they said, well, what's the most difficult part about consulting? And my answer was, and it still is my answer, I think, is that too many folks, they don't contact me until the patient's on the operating table. In other words, they wait until it's almost too late, to get help. And normally if you do it, 30, 60, 90 days in advance, when you kind of see where it's going, that's when you have your highest chance of success. So I want to talk a little bit about, what are some of these obstacles, and, if that's you and you need help, reach out, whether it's here or whether it's somewhere else, reach out and ask for help, because really there's no reason to go it alone. And I'll give you some examples of things that I did and things I didn't do, when I first got started at this. And so number one on my list of asking for help, getting past the obstacles, is believing that needing help is a sign of weakness. Believing that needing help is a sign of weakness. Well, it's not. What you want to do if you're in an ownership position, a management position, you play to your strengths and you delegate your weaknesses, right? And so you want to get help, whether the help is from a person like me as a consultant, whether it's from someone like an attorney, which we do frequently. You get help from your accountant, We do this a lot. If for some reason, when we get into maybe the production aspect of it, sometimes it doesn't work quite that way. But asking for help is not a sign of weakness, It's a sign that you're trying to get better, because that's really the idea. The idea is to focus on what you can control, and you can control on getting help. And I'll give you some examples. I know for me, when I first got started, there was zero training and I had zero performance. I was terrible at it. And I felt like, well, hey, it's on me to figure it out. And so I wasn't really asking for help, until kind of the end a little bit, where every month those sales standings come out and I'm dead last out of 4 clubs, and I'm talking to, some of the veteran guys there at the gym, and hey, what do I need to do to get this figured out? And, the guy tosses over like a 3-ring binder that's about 1.5 inches thick. And he goes, here, memorize this. You'll be fine. I said, okay, that's fair enough. I'll memorize it. And so I did. And lo and behold, in about 30 days, I was the #1 salesperson out of those 4 clubs. In about 6 months, I was the manager. And before you knew it, I was troubleshooting them. And then before you knew it, they offered me a partnership. It all really happened that quick. But it came from that. And my asking for help was hey, what do I need to do? And I got that answer. And I know as a manager, okay, I didn't know anything about that. And what I did is every Friday after work, I'd go to the bookstore and I'd buy a book. I'd read it, and that was my manual for the next week. Okay, so don't look at this as a sign of weakness. It's part of it. Okay, never go it alone. There's no reason to go it alone. Okay, every major CEO, in the U.S., has some kind of advisor, has some kind of consultant. Okay, you want to do the same, no matter what level you're at. Okay, number 2 on my list. Thinking you don't deserve help or support. Thinking you don't deserve help or support. We get down on ourselves. I recall somebody who came to me one time and who worked for us for a little bit and had really kind of struggled, but we saw some potential in him. And he came to me and said, Jim, I'm going to have to give notice. I just can't do this. And he really had not done everything he could have done, but we knew he had what it took. And I remember telling him that I wasn't going to accept his 2-week notice. Okay, he needed to stay here, and he did. He understood what I was talking about. But sometimes we get down on ourselves and think we don't deserve help or don't deserve support. Well, you do. Okay, everybody does. Okay, ask for help at whatever level you feel comfortable, but make sure you get past that. It's almost like, in the selling aspect of things, of asking for the sale, you kind of fear the rejection a little bit. Okay, it's not anything, a personal thing. It's just, hey, here's what the situation is. Number 3 on my list is just simply not speaking up to ask for help. We simply just don't speak up. We just don't raise our hand. Yeah, I need help. Raise it. Ask the questions. Ask for help. How does this work? I remember I'd actually become pretty good at it at this point. As I look back, I could have done a better job. But we used to stick around, after the gym closed, and a bunch of us we'd be in there working out. And we were all into the whole program in terms of the working out and the business part of it. And we're talking about, how'd you handle this? How'd you handle this? What'd you do here? How'd you handle this situation? And it was a very easy environment to speak up in, okay? And as I look back, probably could have done that earlier, because I was still doing the working out, I just wasn't doing the other, okay? So don't be afraid. Raise your hand, ask for help. Number 4 on things that I see is we start waiting for someone else to make the first move. That's kind of common in life a little bit, but we start waiting for someone else to make the first move. Well, maybe somebody else will come help me. Maybe they'll make that move. You make it. You make it. I mean, your most important asset is you. Your most valuable asset is you. Protect it. Okay? You're either going to get better or we're going to get worse. Make the first move. Okay? Go get help. You can use this channel. Okay? You can go to the bookstore. That works. You may have mentors, other folks that you like to work with, but make that first move. Go do it. Go do it right now. Even if you're doing extremely well, let's get better. Let's get better. And then number 5 on my list, asking for help, getting past obstacles, and one of the problems we have, we give up too early. We give up. Oh, I just can't make it work. I just can't do this. As soon as you do that, I can guarantee you the result. Yeah, it's not going to work, but don't give up. Okay? And if you're that manager, if you're that leader of the group, make sure we're creating that environment, to help a motivated person, play the game the way it needs to be played. But don't give up early. Okay? And giving up early can have a lot of different meanings. Again, I go back to when I first started, and I remember, and I struggled. And I remember the first day I made 3 sales, and I remember thinking, 3 sales, pretty impressive, and I can kind of cruise for the next few days. And I'll never forget leaving that night, manager came out, shook my hand, congratulated me, hey, great job, notice you made 3 sales. He goes, now, Jim, he puts up his hand like a stop sign. He goes, now, Jim, that's the kind of production I need from you every day. Because in that instance, I was giving up too early. I was lowering the expectation, and in a very positive way, he wouldn't let me do that. And interestingly enough, I started to do it. I started to get those 3 sales every day. I literally became a 100 sale a month producer right after that. Okay, and in large part it was because of that. Okay, because I wasn't going to be allowed to give up too early. So think about some of these. Think about asking for help. Think about whatever those obstacles are, how can you get past them? Even if you have to write a plan of action for it. So folks, again, my name is Jim Thomas. My company is Fitness Management and Consulting. Appreciate you being here at the channel today. And if you've not yet done so, please take a moment, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate it. And then to learn more about me, learn more about my company, and how we can help take your business that next level, be sure to check out those links below. And then again, for you folks who are looking to open a new gym, you need funding. You have an existing gym, you need funding. Maybe you're looking to acquire a gym, you need funding. We can help provide funding, for up to $400,000. It's unsecured. There's no restrictions on use. The basic qualification is a 680 or credit score or better in Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, and minimum income of $50,000 per year each of the 2 previous years. Check out the links below under financing and funding, for more information on that program and other programs to help you grow and develop your business. And we look forward to seeing you all in that next video.